Guys, welcome to another edition of Fanatic Fury live on the TD Sports Talk channel, which is the home of the real Miami Dolphins fans. You already know. Before we get into anything, smash that like button for me, please. Please go over to my channel, Fanatic Fury with Larry K, and smash the like button over there too. It's been a little bit since I spoke to you guys. I'm happy to be here. Ahead of time, I'm going to ask you to excuse the background noise because I got the windows open because it's beautiful today in Newark, New Jersey, and there's all kinds of sounds outside. So just enjoy the sounds of the city if you hear them along with my voice, and I appreciate that. Also want to talk about the fact that, hey, on Facebook, social media, the Dolphin Den. Dolphin Den is the new home where you could talk and, chat and fight and whatever you want to do related to my channel. So that's a new thing I got going, Dolphin Den, for all the Fury fan members that want to kick it on Facebook and converse back and forth. And it's going to have all kinds of Larry K Fanatic Fury content. That's a new announcement. Guys, smash that like button, subscribe to TDPHINSTALK. Go ahead and go subscribe to my channel, Fanatic Fury with Larry K. We are on a drive to reach 1,000 subscribers before the season, and we are close. We're at 960. Go smash that subscribe button. I need you guys to do it. Other than that, how's everybody's April? How's everybody feeling? My birthday is this week. It's Saturday. I'm having a 90s hip-hop night at a brewery. It's going to be dope. So I hope that everybody enjoys that. We got the screen up there. You can see that's my channel there with the little short up there. And I appreciate you going over there and subscribing there. Anthony, what's up? Lucky You, what's up? Color, what's up? Everybody, what's up? Dolphinator, Newark, New Jersey, close them windows, bro. I already know. People are crazy in Newark, and I'm one of the crazies. And that's why you're here with me, because we're going to talk Fins. We're going to talk about Melvin Ingram. It was a cool visit. I hope we sign another pass rusher. It shows the Fins are doing work. We're going to talk more about Tua, because don't we always? We're going to talk about all kinds of things. But listen, if I gotta, Zach, what's up, bro? And I just talked about Dolphin Den. Zach over here is one of the premier members, a little brain trust of Dolphin Den over there. So he's joining us live for the first time. And Zach, I appreciate you joining us live. Nicole, what's up? Dalen, TD, man, TD's on a lot of nights, but some nights he puts other people on this channel because this channel brings you all different voices, all different content creators from all over the map. So I am usually on at 7 p.m. on Wednesday nights. And so that's why you're not seeing TD, but TD is in and out, and TD is always broadcasting live when he can. But for now, for the next hour, you got me, and you got whoever pops up onto the channel. Guys, I want to talk about this Tom Brady craziness. That's what I want to talk about real quick. I know it's kind of tabloid-esque. I know it started with Mike Florio, who I don't totally trust. But let's be real. It's starting to get some legs, a little more legs, that there was some mastermind, mad scientist. And it's funny because Zach's on here. Zach told me that he thought originally Ross had a whole plan where Ross was going to fire Flores just to hire Jim Harbaugh. But that at the end of the day, that fell through because of the Flores thing. What if this media report is true and really the plan was? And Philip, thank you so much for the birthday wishes. What if the original plan was to fire Flores to go after Sean Payton and Tom Brady, and Tom Brady would have some ownership stake in the Dolphins? He was going to say he was going to retire from the Bucs just to come back. And thank you, Dalen, for the sub. Just to come back and play for Miami. What if that was true? Now, it sounds fake. It sounds insane. It sounds like Alex Jones tinfoil hat craziness. But what if it's true, right? Now, in Florio, I don't totally trust with it, but now other people are starting to report on it. Is there any chance that that is true? Is there any chance that that is true? Because if it is, I don't know whether Ross is like a great mastermind for doing something like that, or whether Ross is even crazier than we thought and he needs to go. I also heard that if that's true, then he was trying to circumvent the Rooney Rule, which would put him in even more hot water. And that's the reason they didn't pursue the Payton plan, because it would come out that they circumvented the Rooney Rule. Is this true? I don't know, bro. But judging by all the other things we've heard about Ross and that whole, see, Flores himself is accusing Ross of trying to get him to meddle with Brady and tamper with Brady on that boat lunch they had. Andres, what's up? Andres, Phin fam all day, Fury fam all day. Is it possible It might have been. And Roni, you're saying Flores might have been the roadblock. That's what they're reporting. And what do we think of that? Are we happy? Because we're like, Ross is crazy. Like, he wants Brady and Peyton. He's nuts. He wants to win at any cost. Or are we mad because the plan was doomed from the beginning because it's insane? Who would do it? Why would they do it? Would it ever work? No, it didn't work. And now we're in trouble. I mean, at the end of the day, what do we think of that? Somebody in the chat asked me, do I want Tua to succeed? And guys, TD tells you all the time. I tell you all the time. Everybody that I interact with on this channel, every Dolphins content creator I know of, when we get asked that question, do we want Tua to succeed? The answer is an emphatic, unequivocal, easy to answer yes. We want Tua to succeed. We may objectively look at Tua and say, I don't know that he's going to succeed. I don't know that he has the tools to do it. I don't know. We're just being real. But we want him to succeed. Trust that. We want him to succeed because we are Miami Dolphins fans. If he succeeds, we are happy because we want to win. We want to win. So, of course, we want Tua to succeed. And I'll be quite frank with you. If that whole story about Tom Brady is true, I wanted that to work because I'll take Tom Brady and Sean Payton any day of the week and twice on Sunday. But now that it failed, I'm obviously mad because I'm like, that was a terrible idea. It was never going to work, and it was a bad idea. I don't know if it's true. And I don't want to be the National Enquirer of Miami Dolphins content, but it's already out there. So I just figured we'd talk about it. It seems a little nuts, but it is what it is. Now, hold on, Roni, and I know I got people in the panel, so I'm going to get to you guys in 1 second. But let me just address the chat real quick. And then Chris Solo, can't wait for the season to start. Tired of the soap opera, bro. Me too. We got Roni, fun fact, related Beal. Ross and Beal's real estate company just finished building a luxury condo building in Boston on a property that was damn near impossible to build on unless you had clout. So you're saying Brady. And by the way, Brady leased a property in Hudson Yards, which is the property that Ross built on the west side that I'm looking at right now. That, by the way, the subway station there is starting to rot. And the ceiling's starting to leak and everything. I told you, I don't trust that Ross. I don't trust him. But anyway, look, at the end of the day, Chase, shout out to you. Shout out to everybody in here. Let's get to the top. I see you guys in order that you came in. Tony Manzano, what's up, bro? What do you got to say about anything I talked about or otherwise? What's on your mind, brother?
Honestly, I want to respond to the Brady thing first.
Sure.
For me, honestly, knowing the scheming businessman that Ross is, I wouldn't be surprised he would want to do something like that. Like, he's friends with Trump, so he probably learned that from Trump and stuff like that. Don't mean to bring politics into it, but he's friends with the guy Trump, and Trump knows how to circumvent rules and stuff. So,
look, whether you like Trump or not, you got to say he's one of them crazy businessman mastermind guys like Ross. So I get what you're saying. It's possible, bro. It's possible.
Yeah,
it really is.
And honestly, the Rooney Rule thing, him circumventing the Rooney Rule, wouldn't it shock me to bring? And no, I would say Flores' tenure with Miami was doomed to fail if they were trying to get Sean Payton in.
True. Which gives legs to his lawsuit. It does. It does. And Chase asked the question, the house is sick. They're okay. It's a nice building. It's nice, but it's kind of empty. It's kind of bland. So, Tony, I appreciate that. Let me get to Shake on the same subject. I'll come back to you, Tone. I'll come back to you. Shake, what do you think about that? Or what do you think in general, Shake? And how you been, bro? I haven't seen you in a couple weeks.
Yeah, how you doing? I'm doing good. How about yourself, man?
Good, man. I can't wait for that Batman movie to come out on HBO Max. I usually go to the theater. I love the theater, but I haven't gotten there yet. So when it comes out the 23rd, you best believe I'm gonna be watching.
Yeah, because it's 3 hours. I'd rather watch it at home if it's gonna be 3 hours. You know, but no, the thing I wanna say about that is, number one, people are saying about Mike Florio. He never said it was true or not. He just reported what he heard. He has the same sources that everybody had. He just wanted to be first on it. Right. He wanted to jump on it before. He never once said this was fact. He just, like I said, reported something that he heard. That's it.
Right.
And again, I brought to you that it would be crazy. It'd be like that guy that stole the jersey and showed up to court with the jersey that he stole.
Yeah.
But no, and not to mention, I think if that would have happened, we would have to give up that first round draft pick. So no Tyreek Hill. You know what I mean? So
true.
I think I'm glad it didn't happen because first and foremost, the Saints shut him down. So unless the Saints say yes, there's nothing Ross could do to get him aboard. So I think that's why they went with McDaniels.
Good point, and that kind of kills that lawsuit theory as to why they went McDaniels, and all that makes sense. So that kind of kills a little bit of the fantasy land that tabloid story is in. By the way, JD Diesel says, "What up? That's how Jersey Dolphins do. What up? What up to you? Thank you for joining us." All right, Shake, I'm gonna move on to Cat. Cat, how you been, brother? Haven't talked to you in a while. What's on your mind, my bro?
Hey, man, hanging in there, man. Hope everybody's doing well, and happy day of birth, my friend. And
thank you.
Yeah, man, just to keep it nice and sweet and simple, like the positivity level the past couple of weeks have been great, man. Like you go to every type of different social media outlet, and it's been night and day the past month, which is great.
Yes.
But the question, like you just brought up with Ross, is like no one really wants to talk about it because it's the elephant in the room. But with your legal expertise and your analysis on the whole situation, what are the odds of just everything going away scot-free, nothing happening, or is there going to be some type of repercussion that we're going to feel as fans?
I think as fans, I think legally, because you kind of asked like legally, the fact is this: if there's any truth to it, like even a scintilla, a little bit of truth to it, I think there's going to be some kind of settlement with Flores, and it depends on whether that settle, because the NFL's doing their own investigation, right? So if the settlement has any bit of truth to it, and the NFL is going to find out what that truth is, and I don't know if that entails pushing Ross out or penalizing the franchise, but I would think that if there's a penalty on the franchise, yes, the fans are going to feel it. Like if they take a draft pick or they, fine them or some kind of suspend. I don't know what they're going to do, but I think the fans would feel it. On the other hand, if they can't prove anything and it's all Flores' word against everybody else and they don't, and Ross fights it to the death, there's a chance it goes away if he beats it that way, or if Flo decides to just settle it and get what he can because he wants to end it, Ross wants to end it, and the NFL doesn't find anything. It's a moving process, but I would say it really depends what's true. If there's any bit of truth, I think the fans, unfortunately, will feel something. Unfortunately.
Larry, could I ask
Yeah.
you? The league and what fans need to realize is the NFL's in bed with these gambling sites. Do they really want the perception that their games are fixed with an owner paying a coach to lose games? Does the NFL really want to lose all that money from these gambling sites like BetUS or something like that, or the Caesar Sportsbooks and stuff? So
I think what they would do, instead of trying to like cover it up, I think they would make an example of Ross and say, we don't tolerate that in our league. And as an example, we are pushing this owner out. So I think if there's any truth to the throwing games thing, I think he's gone. And I think they're going to make a spectacle out of it.
I just want to ask something real quick, too.
Shake, what's up?
This is one thing I do like about Florio because he's an attorney as well.
He is.
And he said one of the things that's holding this up is that Flores wants to do this in public court versus the NFL. They want to do it behind closed doors with a mediator. Right. I mean,
right.
Right.
So, and you know that because Flores wants, and that a lot of lawsuits, and this is from a legal perspective too, and a lot of times the news will report on the plaintiff's filing. So the person suing will file something, and the news will run with those accusations. But remember, the first thing somebody files is their best shot. Sometimes it's not all the time. Sometimes it's exaggerated. Sometimes they, put a bunch of accusations out there, and that's only the first shot that somebody takes. The defendant gets to respond, and a lot of times the news will run with that. So Flores wants to go in the court of public opinion. He wants to throw everything he can at Ross. He did his little media tour. He wants the court of public opinion to take action against the NFL. We will see where it actually ends in terms of the actual fallout of the court proceedings, the depositions, and everything else. And when the leverage starts going back and forth, we'll see how the lawyers do it and what resolution. But we got to remember this. It's not all about the civil case. Just like with Deshaun Watson, there was a civil case, there was a criminal investigation where no charges were pressed. Then the NFL is going to do their own. In this case, it's the same. There's a civil case, Brian Flores et al. Against the NFL, but then the NFL is also investigating the Miami Dolphins. So there's two separate things going on, and the lawsuit doesn't necessarily decide what the NFL finds, or what happens in the lawsuit doesn't necessarily determine what happens with the NFL. So that's just something to keep in mind. And Cap, I'll get back to you, and I'll get back to you, Shake, but Greg's next up on the dial. So Greg, what's on your mind today?
What's up, guys? How you guys doing?
Chilling, man. What's
going
up?
on, bud?
Hey. Yeah, no, I haven't been really paying attention to Dolphins ever since, but hearing this news come out, it's getting my attention. If this is true, which I don't know because I haven't been reading about it this much. Ross needs to get the hell out of here, man. He's done nothing but brought bad juju on this franchise, man. And if I'm Chris Greer right now, as TD, I think has done it a bunch of times, get rid of these picks before the NFL can do something about it. You know what I'm saying? Go out there and trade up in the first round if you have to. Just get rid of these picks so that way, you know, maybe they'll take future if they do take picks, but spend these picks and get some value while we can.
I hear you, Greg. And here's the thing. We don't know if it's true. So if it's true, yeah, go ahead and get rid of them. If it's not, then shoot. They know they're going to win. So we'll see what happens with all that. Mountie, what's good,
What's
bro?
going on, my fellow Newark native?
What's up, my bro? You from Newark, right? I didn't know that.
Yeah, man. South 20th Street and South Orange Avenue.
Oh, that's okay. How long ago? Are you there now?
No. That's where I grew up.
Bro, that's the heart of it. I mean, that's West Newark, man. That ain't no joke.
Yeah,
right up there.
yeah.
That ain't no joke whatsoever. If you know what I mean, South 20.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Woo.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But hey, good seeing you, man. I haven't been on in a minute, but what I feel about what's going on with this thing, I think part of our offseason moves may be attributed to what Ross may think is coming down the pipe. He's somewhat trying to hedge his bet, I think.
Right.
Because if something comes out, like you said, something comes out of this, and he's found guilty, and he's found culpable in what's going on, they could take picks. So I guess he's probably trying to load up on talent right now.
Good point. And we
load
are
up on talent right now. That way, if they take those picks, we're still set.
True. No, bro, you're right. And he might be doing that. That could be indicative, which is an interesting thing. And real quick, for those who are not from this area, I don't mean to bore you. Give me 2 seconds because they're talking in the comments about pork roll, Taylor ham. This is what I would say. It's called Taylor pork roll. So it's like ordering a Coca-Cola, right? In this part of the country, you order a Coke, or in the South, you order a Coke. You don't say I'm ordering a cola. So people order Taylor ham. But if you were to order a cola, there's nothing wrong with that. So, and sometimes you say Coke, you mean everything. So it could be pork roll because it actually is pork roll. Just like cola is actually cola, but you don't always say that. So you're going to order a Coke, just like you order Taylor ham. But I'm not going to go any further beyond that. Baker Mayfield, what does it say? Baker Mayfield, please. Let me ask you this before you even say it. What does that name mean, and what is your theory and hope about Baker Mayfield? Because this is a whole nother angle that we all need to hear.
That man's insane.
What's up, Larry K? Shout out to Cap, Shake. Shout out to everybody up on the panel, and shout out to Mr. 20K TDPHINSTALK. Haven't been up here in a while, but appreciate it. And Larry, listen to me. I'm glad you're up here. I'm glad you asked that question. And I'm also looking into Baker Mayfield because when you really think about it, go back to the year before last year.
Mm-hmm.
Any executive GM would have traded for Baker Mayfield and easily would have gave up a first-round draft pick. And I mean easily. This year,
you think he was going to definitely get a first last year?
100%. You could have easily got a first-round draft pick. He went to the playoffs. He beat the Steelers. He almost beat the Chiefs. Everything was great after that. You could have easily got a first-round draft pick. What
do you think
happens
now? Yeah, I'm
That's
listening.
That's
now
big
I
fact.
feel, let me finish real quick, 1 second.
Yeah.
Now I feel he has 1 year of guaranteed 18 million. This is what I was told, and this is what everybody pretty much knows. The Browns are tied into him for 18 million this year, and that's why no team wants to trade for him, because it's a 1 year, $18 million contract. You can't trade for that. The Browns are going to be left having to cut him, pay him his money, and Baker is going to get to choose the team he wants to go to. This is what I'm hearing. And Baker Mayfield, please, the Dolphins are a good team for you to pick. I feel like it'll be an awesome competition if they give it to him. And that's just pretty much what I wanted to bring to the table, because I'm hearing, and I'm hoping and I'm praying we get some Baker love over here in Miami.
So, bro, you're saying you would take him this offseason to compete with Tua and the best man win?
Yeah, because a lot of the fan base, Larry, you got to remember, what is the excuse that we give on Tua? He came out of college injured. The guy got injured. We got to remember for a second. Baker Mayfield played with a torn shoulder last year, the whole season. This guy is, he's fighting through injuries to play for you. But this quarterback that we have now, he's not playing with a jammed finger. I know.
Listen, I'm not against your thinking per se. I think it's outside the box, but I'm not against it, bro, because I'm not totally convinced on Tua. So bringing in another dude who's also maybe iffy in some people's minds to see who comes out on top with the talent we have, I can't hate on your opinion right now. I can't. That's why I was curious. I can't hate on what you're saying. I can't. I like it.
It's a free quarterback, and we don't even have to get rid of Tua. Let these two guys compete. Who's the better guy? And both of them came out of college, when you think about it, with the best accuracy never seen before.
And let me just pause real quick, too, to say that Dougley is in the house.
Shout out to Dougley. And I know Dougley's back there. He's probably mad listening to me right now.
My brother from
Shout out to
Bayonne is
DDW.
in the house. And listen, that's flattering to me. And what's up, bro? I love you. I'm a big watcher of you. Welcome. Now I got to get to Von Joe. Because Von Joe's been waiting. He's been giving me some facial expressions and chilling and leaning, and I want to see what he has to say. So, Von, what's up, bro?
First off, Pete, what's up, man? You know I love you, man. You're my guy.
I love all
Man,
of you guys,
the beautiful-
man. But right now, if
the
you're not on
beautiful
this
thing about
Baker
this,
train,
Larry-
y'all not my guys.
Wait.
Hold on. Let me rock.
Go take off, Von.
Yeah,
what?
Pete. You know I love you anyway, even if you taking the Tesla to the gas station, right? And clearly you're putting unleaded in that thing.
I might premium sometimes. It's not even electric
you
anymore.
Regular unleaded if you want to bring Baker over here.
Bro, you're pumping and there's no gas coming out.
We see, even if Baker even
Yo,
if
guys,
Baker
can you mute
has
if you're not speaking? Let
a bum
Von speak,
shoulder,
just
right?
mute. All right, thank you, Von. go
So
ahead.
Baker played. He showed he had. All right, so Baker showed he had the heart to play last year, right? With a bum shoulder, whatever injury he had. I don't care about that, because at the end of the day, we saw what Baker could do with a fully built team. And one thing I've always said is that the way the Dolphins are, and this was one of my fears, and I expressed this, that we're being the Miami Browns, where we have a quarterback that looks like he has limitations. We put all the pieces around him and says, all right, let's go do it, guys. And we come up short. And we keep coming up short.
People have been
And
saying
you keep
we're
investing
the
money.
Browns.
So, and now,
Von,
we got to
to rebuttal that.
Pete, nope, not yet.
Because
hold on.
you're
No,
saying a
no,
complete
no,
team.
Pete, I'll let you
I just
rock.
got to rebuttal the complete
No,
Hold
team
on,
but
thing.
Pete,
hold on. Let him
let
finish,
me
and then I'll
rock.
let you rebuttal. Hold on. I'll let you. It'll be you.
Because
let him.
Because
Thank you, Larry.
now we're gonna have this team, right, and bring in Baker. We see what Baker had with weapons. We see what he did with a defense, and we see what he did with a running game. No trophy in Cleveland, right? Okay, so the only quarterback that's a disgruntled quarterback that I'll even entertain right now plays out there in Baltimore.
All right. So now let him respond now. Pete, go ahead.
You see that when you said complete team, he only had a complete team for the first time last season. And it's the season he actually broke his shoulder, and he had multiple injuries that he played through. It was more than just a shoulder. And he played it out through the whole season. He said all of this. And you know
Pete,
what?
when did he
just
Pete,
came
when did he have
and
when did he have OBJ?
last year. But listen, he
He
actually
didn't have
just
OBJ
finished
last
saying
year.
Hold on, let him finish, Vaughn. Let him finish.
he
Okay.
actually just came out on a podcast and he's actually here sitting here and saying he has 1 year to prove it. He's gonna come out and just listening to Baker Mayfield, I feel like him right now in Miami will be the answer we need.
All right, now hold
Maybe,
on.
but I'm not done because maybe people are gonna be taking this right as, oh, you hate Tua. But what if this is the move that makes Tua get to that next level? Because you're not bringing in Baker and telling Baker, hey, you're going to be the backup. The way you bring in Baker is you are going to compete, and he will come to compete. If Tua
All right.
shows he's better than a Baker, then we can move forward and feel better about a Tua.
I hear you on that. Thank you for that. By the way, Doug says, number one, Tua ranked 25th last year, Baker ranked 30th. We really even having this conversation. Valid point, but Pete, you already answered because you said it's just a competition. It's not giving Baker the mantle. But I want to go back to something Vaughn said, and then I want to open up to the whole panel. He mentioned a certain quarterback from Baltimore. Vaughn, I'm going to let you explain why that would even be on the agenda because I've heard that before. Why that would even be a possibility and why you like it. And then I'm going to open it up to the panel. We're going to go in order again. So, Vaughn, tell us why you were thinking about him, what you were thinking, and let me get the panel's thoughts on it.
First of all, one, people keep saying that he runs and he's not a real quarterback. No, he's a quarterback. He's just a real athletic quarterback, right? And you're telling me that he's not accurate enough to throw 5 to 10 yards in this offense? Plus, if you're going to run the zone run, right? What better quarterback to run a zone scheme with, a zone run scheme with, right? Where he's an actual threat to run for real, where he forces the defense to play honest. And we know that he will launch, he's not afraid to launch it downfield, right?
Yes.
So, and bring him back home. Why you act like my boy's not a Florida boy, man? Like Lamar Jackson is not homegrown Florida boy.
So listen,
Let that man come back home.
I like that. Let me give my thoughts, and I'm going to call out the guys on here one by one to get their thoughts. My thoughts is he is a Florida boy. He is a legitimate – he's one of the best athletes on the football field every time he touches it, let alone quarterbacks as far as his legs. But what I would say is it's interesting because if we're looking at him as somebody who's going to throw short passes and let the guys run yards after catch, Tua could do that. But I'm not saying Tua and him are the same skill set. Lamar brings a whole nother dynamic to the offense that Tua doesn't bring. But if we're debating pure quarterback talent, it depends what we would give up or what would happen because Tua can throw those short passes we've seen to let guys go yards after the catch. And is there much of a difference between the two of them as far as making reads and whatnot? And Doug says, also, would you want to trade draft picks for a QB who shows he couldn't get it done with a pretty stacked team, or save those picks for a top-notch draft prospect or a proven QB?
Wait, who is he talking about? Who is he talking about?
I don't know if he's talking about Mayfield or Lamar. I don't know.
Okay, because he needs to let me know if it's Mayfield or Lamar.
I agree with you, Vaughn. I was wondering the same question, Doug. If you say,
okay,
but hold on. So let's. I want to hear about this Lamar Jackson theory. What I just said, what Vaughn just said. Let's start with Shake, and then Doug will tell us who he's talking about while we're talking. Shake, what's your thoughts?
Well, I do like Lamar because at the end of the day,
bring him home, Shake.
He doesn't have accuracy.
I got family there for years, bro.
He doesn't have accuracy like Tua does, but when you got that speed, who the hell needs accuracy? When you got to catch, look at Josh Allen when he got Stephon Diggs. He wasn't accurate, but Stephon Diggs had a great catch radius, so that accuracy issue went out the window. You know what I mean?
True.
And not to mention when you got a coach that could scheme open players, again, accuracy ain't that bad. You have the fastest team at every position in the skill, quarterback, running back, and wide receivers. Think about that. It'll be a track team. It'll kind of be like
be crazy.
Globetrotters. But
yeah, I mean,
you know,
it's enticing, bro. Lamar is a beast athlete, and with those beasts around him, he'll be able to throw it to him at some point. I mean, I ain't that worried about accuracy with those guys and him, and the defense is going to be so on edge. I don't know.
If you want to cause chaos on the field and give defensive coordinators nightmare, that's how you do it.
Nah, you're right. Cap, what's your thoughts on this whole on Lamar, man?
Yeah, no. First, real quick, man, Pete, I love you, man. I'm not jumping on the Baker bandwagon with you because I'm trying to get people on the Debo bandwagon over here at this point. But for me, right now, it's just simple, man. Like I feel like the commitment level made to Tua right now, with everything that you've seen off field, with all his charity work and the organization coming 100 times fold to have his back and show that he's their number one starter. I mean, does that all change if we don't make the playoffs? And is it warranted for us to even look at a Lamar Jackson type of scenario if we don't make the playoffs?
Who are you asking, Pete? Me? Everybody?
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, I think if we don't make the playoffs with this squad, bro, everything's on the table as far as the quarterback position. Like everything. And
I agree.
I know they're doing like kind of a tour with Tua right now, especially he had the luau the other day and everybody was there. And they do that with almost any key quarterback or franchise player. And I know they're making a big effort from a personality and fan relation standpoint with Tua. But the fact is, with a team this stacked, with a quarterback we took number 5 overall, with a team that's been struggling this long to get a quarterback, I think everything's on the table at quarterback once and that coach. And I like McDaniel. I think it's not fair to him if he's up for grabs after this year just because Tua doesn't do well. But if it's going to take a quarterback change to get a coach or a coach change to get a quarterback, I think if we don't make the playoffs with this squad, bro, look at the D, look at the talent in the offense. If we don't make it, bro, I think everything's on the table. Crazy things are on the table. Everything's on the table. I got to be honest.
Yo, Larry K.
Let me say one thing real quick.
Check this out.
Yeah. Hold on. Vaughn, give him 1 second. He was going to answer something. Go ahead. Who was it? Jake,
I just want to say something real quick. Say something. If you got thick skin and you like real good Dolphins content, you got to go to Pete's Takes channel. It is a great channel, by the way. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah, go over there. Thanks for that, Shake. And go to my channel, too, and subscribe to this channel. Well, you guys, there's so much Dolphins content in this room right now. Vaughn, what were you going to say?
So check me out, Larry K. So you were saying, they had the luau. Everybody was there. Everybody giving the support. So we could say that we're easily in the honeymoon phase, right? We're infatuated. Everybody good and lovely.
Kind of.
We start 0-3.
I think some of us are out of it. Some are still in it.
Yeah, but overall, the fan base is in a honeymoon phase, right? The players are saying, hey, it's a good energy.
Yes.
If we start 0-3, how quickly is that that feel good? Hey, guys, how quickly is going to be to, get this guy out of here, man. Y'all, no, we trash. Or they're going to be like, no, it's just 0-3. Give it some time. Give it some time.
I think the Tua fans and the Ross people are going to say give us time. I think most people and the players, because they've already been dealing with Tua for 2 years, they're going to say we're trash. I've had it with this plan. I've had it with you bringing in a coach just to cater to him. I've had it with this whole thing. I think it goes south very quickly, to answer your question. I think 0-2, it starts to go south in that locker room, and hopefully it doesn't snowball. That's what I think.
Because I keep saying, like, we cannot like 0-3 is 0-2 is a slow start. You thought 1-7 was bad? No. 0-2 in this current AFC, the way it's set up is, y'all ain't making the playoffs.
And you know what? It's crazy not to talk, because somebody in the chat said, I thought after Watson was over, we would stop these conversations. Bro, you cannot not talk about quarterbacks in the AFC. The AFC is stacked to the brim with quarterbacks.
There's an easy way to
talk about quarterback. We have every other piece. We are only talking about quarterback at this stage, and maybe coach, but quarterback is the main focus. Either he's got it, this kid Tua, or he doesn't, because we are stacked everywhere else.
It's a real easy way to stop it.
Has one. Sorry, Vaughn, what did you say?
It's a real easy. I'm just saying it's a real easy way to stop it. If people don't want to hear about, hey, is Tua the guy? Tua got to show us he's the guy.
And we want him to. And we want him to. We all.
And there'll be no conversation.
Yes.
This is the year. This is the year.
I hear you. I agree.
Yeah, but this is the year. I feel you, Cap. But at the same time, some people are saying, do I want to waste a year?
We got no choice, man. We're in too deep.
No. We do have a choice. We do have a choice.
At this point,
get that guy. We go get that guy in
Baltimore. At this point, we're in too deep, Vaughn.
I think they already went. I told you I thought they went with Tua when they fired Flo. Now maybe the Brady thing was if that, forget that. I think when we fired Flo, we were all in with Tua. Now we're really in with Tua. I don't think we're going back. I think this season is this season. Sink or swim, die trying, whatever. It's Tua time. That's what not what I'm saying. That's what the franchise wants.
Yeah, that's when I hear Baker Mayfield talk. It's like, how do you see it possible, Pete? Like, how?
Pete, you want to answer?
Actually, yeah, I'm gonna answer that, and also I'm gonna answer the Lamar thing that Von Joe brought up. When we gotta sit here and think about it, Lamar Jackson talk, you guys are saving it for next year. Next year we have this. Next year we might lose this because Ross did this. Next year. Nobody cares about next year over here, bro. It's about this year. And when we're talking about Baker Mayfield, you got Dudley Durong over here. Nobody's trading for Baker Mayfield for 1 year at $18 million, Dudley. The Browns are going to be forced to cut him, and he's going to pick the team that gives him the best chance to win. And if the Dolphins gave him interest, he's going to choose to go to Miami, and that's fair competition this year. And if you want to talk about hold on, Cap. You want to talk about Baker Mayfield and Lamar Jackson, both of them came out of the same draft. One went number 1 overall, the other one went number 32 overall. I mean, that has nothing to do with it at the end of the day, but what I'm saying is they both have potential to be a star because Baker Mayfield, he has to have prove it, and 1 year that he has to prove it this final year. You're not going to give this guy with fire in his pants an opportunity here in Miami with this roster, and you're going to sit here and say, oh, because he has question marks. Of course he has question marks. The same way we can find question marks for Lamar Jackson, but the guy with the most question marks is Tua. The guy that was born right-handed, does everything right-handed, and his dad taught him how to throw a football with the left. There's no more question marks.
Hey, listen, man.
Who's coming back?
Hey, Pete, man,
Who's coming back?
No, I'm just saying it's like, are you talking about doing it? What, giving up capital, giving up draft picks for Baker? Is that what you're saying? How do we acquire him if you're trying to acquire him?
I think
if you're talking about draft picks, okay, if they cut him, I mean, I would think the Dolphins are nuts to do it, but yeah, I would not give up capital at all to give Baker Mayfield, man. If we're gonna invest capital, I might as well go balls to the wall. Crap. I would try to get a Debo for going, giving up draft picks, but that's just me. But
and
man, Baker talk. I think Baker talk is like really, really far fetched, man. Really, really far fetched.
Man, Pete told him he got fire in his pants. For all I know, that could be an STD, so he might need to go get that checked.
With Baker, it might be. Bro. We ain't talking about Johnny Football. We ain't talking about Johnny Football.
You feel
now.
me? Now, listen, he might need to go get that check. I'm talking about the guy that's a true left-hander that did get picked 32nd, and guess what? Our owner actually wanted and liked Lamar. He wanted to draft Lamar.
Actually, if you go back to that draft, he actually was in love with Baker Mayfield. I think it was Adam Gase that was in love with Josh Allen. You got to go back and do your research.
So Adam Gase of all people was made the right choice. That's scary.
He wanted Josh Allen. Through back stories.
Who did we end up with at that on that draft?
You see that thing pop up?
Minkah Fitzpatrick.
Here, subscribe, by the way.
We decided to go with Minkah Fitzpatrick. That we traded.
Actually, Gase wanted. Gase did want Baker Mayfield. It was Gase that wanted Baker Mayfield.
Gase wanted Josh Allen. Stephen Ross wanted Baker Mayfield.
I don't know that report.
I heard
Lamar Jackson.
That's what I heard.
Ross wanted Jackson.
That I know. That's like was not disputed.
100%. I know he wanted Lamar Jackson as well, but that was after the fact that he lost Baker Mayfield number 1. And Lamar Jackson started slipping all the way down the draft. And that's when the Ross conversations, he started intervening and trying to get in. That's everything I was hearing.
You're right. Now, hold on. I want to talk to Theo, though, because Theo's been sitting here patiently. He's been kicking it on the stream, just listening. And I want to hear what he has to say because we just all talking. Theo, what's up?
What's going on? What's going on?
Chilling, man.
Hey, Larry, I got a question for you, man.
So let Theo talk.
Hey, have you been watching any of the Travis Wingo's interviews?
I haven't. I gotta be honest with you. I haven't. Tell me.
Oh, man. Okay, so they're interviewing everybody on the off-season.
Mm-hmm.
And for like everybody that comes on, they talk about Tua. It's the same exact thing. Oh, he's the most accurate quarterback in the league. And And I call bullshit on it only because like everybody's saying the exact same thing. I feel like it's a organizational thing, a push
I can see
for
it.
everybody to say, yo, everybody, this is what you're going to say about Tua, right?
I can see
it. Could that be to raise his draft capital to trade him? Because if we go
Can I answer that?
Hold on, let me answer, and I'll let you answer.
If we're going by the numbers, then yes. But if we're going by film, then it's a heck no.
Now listen, I don't think it's to raise his draft capital. I think it's part of the same media tour they've been on since they had the little McDaniel thing on the plane talking to him about, how they're gonna fit, and then all the stuff they did about selling all that. And I think it's part of this media tour. I do think they're telling them that.
Check your pulse.
I do think that, but I will check my pulse after talking about Dolphins and Tua and talking to you guys. I need to, but listen, I do think that it's a talking point, but I don't think it's to trade him. I think it's to get fans hyped up, sell more jerseys and all that. I don't think they have a plan to trade him right now. Now, if this year falls apart, I think Tua himself might want out to get a fresh start, and I think Miami's going to be looking to move on from him. But right now, I think it's a media talking point. We got Jonathan Castilla in here saying LMAO if you've never watched the game. I don't know what that's about, but Pete, what were you going to say? Because you were ready to go, and what were you going to say?
Ask the question again.
Oh, he was saying, do you think that all these interviews, everybody's saying the same line?
Oh, yeah, you're right. About the PR, my bad. I was reading something else. It was about that. He is correct. I agree with him with that. That is totally all the way PR move. I feel like that's what they're using. They're saying to get to his big name. And you got to go back to the Arizona Cardinals before they drafted Kyler Murray. They did the same exact thing. Even Cliff Kingsbury said, he sees him as a franchise quarterback. And I'm talking about Josh Rosen here. He said he has everything. He's going to build around that. Boom, boom, boom. And next thing you know, a week later, he was gone. Kyler Murray was drafted. So it's all PR move to try to get the best capital. And if you honestly ask me, this is the time to try to get the best capital, because if you try to go with Tua, and we got guys already thinking about using those next picks next year on a quarterback, that means the season is over already. Stop trying to lie to your own eyes, because what you see is pretty much what you get. That's what it's going to be. You usually see from players things that they give you. Oh my God, yes, he could have done this. He could have done that. He threw this long ball, but it was overthrown. Maybe next time he can hit it. We didn't see that enough from Tua, and it looked like he was frantic and scared to do that type of play.
And listen,
when you look at this situation with Tua, if you don't trade him now, he can lose draft capital, and the Dolphins can easily be in the Browns Baker Mayfield situation, where you're in the last year of his contract. It's going to be hard to move him, because that's probably the most time you have his most guaranteed money at the end of the rookie deal, and he's really going to be worthless because he's going to be too expensive to trade at that type of player.
And I agree with everything you just said. That makes sense. But I just want to say, too, I want to address something in the chat going on, because there's some percolation in the chat right now talking about, everybody says that Tua is accurate, not just the team and all. Here's my thing. I think the accuracy thing, we all heard he was accurate coming out of college, and he had that real accurate game against the Cardinals. But I feel like
same was said about Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, I think accurate, though, is kind of like a good football IQ type thing. Like, they're saying he's not athletic, he can't throw the deep ball, but he's accurate. But I've seen him miss a lot of throws that should have been accurate that weren't accurate. So I'm not even on that train, bro. I'm not even on that train.
Is it accurate by the numbers, or is it accurate by the film?
Hold on, everybody's talking at once.
I've seen Tua slide and sprain his knee.
Tua, his accuracy has to be taken in the proper context. Yes. Context is everything. Now, 10 yards, 15 yards in, he's dead on. But when he has to go over the linebackers, between the safeties, down the sideline, making over-the-shoulder throws, then that's a whole nother conversation.
Bro, 10 yards for a first down against the Titans, he wasn't on point either.
Exactly. So his accuracy, that narrative, who's ever driving that narrative,
I think it's the PR.
Stop, because it's all context.
Right.
He's not very, and then when he was in college, when you have Ruggs and Judy and Devontae Smith,
I wish Reason was up here, Theo, because he will be screaming. Look at his percentage stats. He's 75 stat completion. He is accurate. He is the best. I don't want to hear any of that.
By the stats thing, yes. If you're talking only by stats, but if you look at game film, the 50-50 balls that shouldn't be counted towards his stats because Devontae Parker goes up and get those wildly thrown passes. It was plenty balls Gesicki caught behind him that
You're
helped
right,
boost
Theo.
his stats. So if you're looking at the stats, obviously yes. If you ask Aaron Rodgers to throw nothing but 5-yard passes, I'm guaranteed he'll have a 90% completion. This is no way that his stats should be it's inflated. That's all I'm saying.
And Theo, another thing is stats when it counts matters too. Stats in garbage time and stats against teams with your defense is carrying them and you have no pressure is one thing. But stats in games like Tennessee, that matters too. And those stats were not very I'm not just only going to hang my hat on Tennessee, but let's be real. Let's all be real here. Like stats don't cover up what we see with our own eyes, bro. I agree with all of you.
Then you got to figure, let Tua ball out a team that plays a lot of man coverage. He does pretty decent against zone.
Right.
He can hit those slants, he can hit those comebacks, he can hit those button hooks, he can hit all that stuff. But a team that plays man like Buffalo, a lot of teams that play man like Tennessee, and sometimes against the Jets, he struggled a little bit because he can't hit the guy. He can't hit the guy in stride, or he misses him altogether.
Right. Doug's over here saying he's busy, but he's in the chat hard as hell. So like, damn. But anyway,
Dougly, when Baker arrives, buddy,
bro, get up here, Doug.
Hey, where the Tua guys at? They don't come up here no more, man. I need someone up here defending Tua. They're in the chat. I bet they won't click that link and defend them right here on this panel. But listen, this is the thing that people fail to realize. Like Baker Mayfield and Tua are pretty much identical, right? But Baker, when he gets cut, because he will get cut, he's not going to be on the roster and eat up $18 million. They rather cut him, try to save. They still have to pay him that money, but it's not going to go against the cap, so they can get that money to put another player and earn that money for another player, right?
Pete, you don't think that they're going to give him one more chance like we're giving Tua one more chance? And what if he balls out and they want to lock him up?
You see, here's the thing. If he gets cut, when he gets cut, he gets paid, he wins that deal. Now, he controls where he wants to go. It's not even a trade anymore or anything. It's, let me see what team is interested in me. These are the teams. It's going to be a full list of teams, and he's going to get to choose. And if the Dolphins send in their card, this is a prime destination. If this has guys on NFL Network like Dan Orlovsky.
Hold
on, let me finish. If this has guys like Dan Orlovsky saying that he will bet anything that the Dolphins will make the playoffs with Tua, and we don't even have a blindside protector for Tua yet. Imagine getting Baker where we actually have a blindside protector for him already on the.
Hold on now. All of you hold on because
I'm glad DDW is up here.
He's not happy. He's got his hand on his face, and he came here.
Yo, we got Dudley Do wrong in that house?
I want to hear the man out now. I want to hear the man out. Doug, what's up?
You got me for like 10 minutes before the wife gets home.
Exactly. We got Batman and Joker in the same chat. It's getting crazy on here.
No, it's Gio. It's Gio. It's Gio.
Let him talk before his wife gets home. This man is giving us some time, man. Let him talk.
Tell it to him, Doug. Tell it to him.
Pete. All last year we heard when Watson gets here, man. When Watson gets here, trust me. When Watson gets here, and now we got to hear Baker. Listen.
And never ends with him, man.
Baker Mayfield is not coming to the Miami Dolphins. Plain and simple. He is not coming to the Miami Dolphins. For one, they're going to hold on to Baker Mayfield as long as they possibly can. Just like the Texans did with Deshaun Watson, Baker's going to cost the Browns less than Deshaun Watson. They're going to hold on to him as long as they can to get something for Baker Mayfield. Because if not, they would have cut him as soon as they got Deshaun Watson. That's one. Two, say that they did cut Baker Mayfield. Say that they did cut him. Do you honestly think the Miami Dolphins are going to get into a bidding war with all these other teams that need quarterbacks? Do you think the Dolphins are actually going to spend that much cap space on him when they don't have much cap space next year? No. The plan is to stick out with Tua, see what he can do. They built a team around him. And I'm hearing a lot of the guys up here saying Tua can't do this, Tua can't do that. You got to watch the film. Don't look at the stats. I agree. You can't look at stats. Stats inflate things. Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, half of their stats, half of their passing yards were yak yards. So you can't look at stats. Every week I broke down film of Tua Tagovailoa. His biggest thing is inconsistency. To say he can't do things, I disagree with. I 100% disagree with. But to say he can't do it, that's that. So let me just get that off.
Does he do it, Doug? Does he do it? Can he do it? Yes. Does he do it?
I know he can't run a 4.3, Doug.
That's
and I know you were consistent with that, Doug. All right,
Doug,
what
I
do
know
you
he
think?
can't run a
Jogging or
4.3.
something? What
He
do you
cannot
saying,
run a
Pete?
4.3.
No, he can't run a 4.3.
Okay, we know that. What, Pete, what were you saying? You
Exactly. I know who can, though.
I put my camera on to show a little respect to Dougley because
Yeah,
he
so I
wanted
wanna
to.
hear.
So just to give him, but
Dougie, we know Lamar Jackson can run
we
a
all
4.3.
love you, Doug. Shout out to you. You're Mr. 30K out here.
I respect. He came on. So Pete, what you gonna say?
No, but Dougie, how come you didn't address the Lamar Jackson?
Oh, I addressed the Lamar. See,
Lamar Jackson is next year.
For Vaughn. Vaughn, I wasn't
Let him
talking
just
about
do what
Lamar. I
he
was
gotta
talking about Baker when I
Okay.
said that, all that stuff. But I kind of did
Okay.
address it, and I got a lot of flack for it on Twitter, saying, Lamar wants a new contract. Don't be surprised if next year, yada yada, bing bang bang. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. I want to do it.
Man, spend them draft picks right now, Dougie. Let them go.
Hey,
Let them draft picks
this
fly.
year, we got a lot to talk
Bring
about.
that man
Plain and
home.
simple. If he does do it, we got a lot to talk about too. Plain and simple.
Bring that
Pete,
man
what are you
home.
gonna say to Doug? Because
So this is where I was getting, Doug. When Baker Mayfield gets cut, if he gets the pick over here, the Dolphins cannot be behind the wheel. If the fan base is already thinking we got 2 first-round draft picks next year to get off of Tua, we should be ahead of the ball. And what we should do is get Baker Mayfield for free, give him the 1-year rental. We already have his blindside protector. See if we can get the best draft capital for Tua right now. If we can possibly get a first-round draft pick for Tua,
you're not gonna.
With all these teams with multiple, you see how you guys are quick to say you're not gonna? Last year, Baker Mayfield was worth a first-round draft pick. This is the difference between Baker and Tua. So the fact that you guys were so quick to say that, can we get a second? I hope to God we can.
Yes.
So if we could get a second this year, I don't think we'll get anything higher than that next year if Tua fails and we're in the quarterback market, Doug.
See, here's my thing. The reason why I'm so quick to saying you're not going to get a first is because of the sample size that you have of Tua. And again, we all can agree that the NFL is a team sport, right? It's quarterback driven, but it's a team sport. I was talking to Cliff D in the comment section. He's so dead set on the Wonderlic, and I threw out 3 Hall of Famers, and he still was so dead set on the Wonderlic. But it's a team sport, right? Tua did what he could do with what he had, right? Was it good? Oh, it was all right, but it wasn't what we needed 2 years in a row when we were 1 game out of the playoffs, right?
It was just simplified, Doug. It was too. The thing is, it was a simple offense. You could put any quarterback there to do that.
Well, let Doug finish his point. I was just chiming in.
See, and there's a lot that can be said, right? Because there's this whole Dolphin community is filled with rumors and sources and this and that. The defense didn't like Josh Boyer. They liked Garfield and they liked Brian Flores. No one wanted to play for Josh Boyer, yet the entire defense came back. You see, like I don't deal with rumors and sources like, oh, he didn't know this and oh, he knew that, yada yada. I just deal with what my eyes saw, right? My eyes saw Tua do things that I'm like, there's a franchise quarterback next drive. Who is this guy? Inconsistent. That is my biggest gripe with Tua Tagovailoa. Inconsistent. To say he can't extend plays. I've seen him extend plays. I've seen him do it his rookie year. I've seen him do it this past year. To say he can't throw it deep is incorrect. If Jakeem Grant had hands, he would have had if that was Tyreek Hill against the Bengals that Tua threw that ball to, that's a 98-yard touchdown. Plain and simple, right? So I've seen him make throws. I've seen him do the things. It's just, can he do it consistently? That's where the big question mark comes, and that's where we sit back and see, can Mike McDaniel fix that? And again, Mike McDaniel wasn't my first choice, so I'm over here cautiously optimistic. But
Doug, would you say that if this season with these weapons, and catering to him with I think they're gonna McDaniel, I think He wasn't my first choice either, but I think he can cater to him. I think he's smart enough to develop a scheme around a player. Will you say that if this year he's still not what we need, that even if he might be good later, he just might not be the guy to get us over the hump if he doesn't succeed this year with all these weapons and everything else?
If he's mediocre this year, he's not going to be a Dolphin next year.
Yeah.
Question for Doug.
What's up, Theo?
And you bring in Lamar Jackson, baby.
I got a question for Doug, man. Hey,
What's
Doug,
up, Theo?
I played offense.
Theo, you there? We lost Theo?
So
Theo
he's
was
gone.
doing
Doug,
something.
so based off the Wonderlick, you're telling me that Tua's a Hall of Fame quarterback then?
No,
Doug's saying
that's
get
just-
the Wonderlick.
I'm saying the Wonderlick should be
Listen,
thrown
that's what
out
I
the
heard you
window.
say,
Saying
Doug.
throw it out with the
No,
bathwater.
Doug, that's what you said.
That's his
Doug, TMZ just printed. TMZ is printing
Hall of
that
Famer.
based on Tua's Wonderlick, he's gonna be wearing a gold jacket.
He's the next one of these, baby.
Yeah.
Listen, Doug saying that like this is what we all feel. We all want him to be a Hall of Famer, don't we? We all want that.
Listen, I just want to quote Doug. All right, that's what I just quoted Doug. Okay, that's
I'm
what
gonna
I
go.
just told him.
Watch after this. I'm gonna go on Twitter. Vaughn's gonna have Doug Hogsteads with my picture. Like,
Oh, don't worry about me. TMZ already printed it, brother.
There's one thing I do want to say about Tua, though. One thing I do like about Tua is Tannehill, when he threw his first interception, you might as well call it a wrap. He was able to bounce back from an interception. Tua has proven that he can bounce back
about Tannehill.
from bad games.
Hold on. Oh, now we got me in the middle of these two heavyweights. Now I don't even know if I can mediate this anymore. I don't know if I could relegate this.
I'm talking about my
anymore,
Tannehill,
bro.
man.
My God, this is about to get wild. What's up, PD?
The little one's not feeling very well.
I know.
There's that time of the year, bro. Viruses, man. Hey, let me jump on real quick and say something. I understand what the worry is for some fans. Oh, what if Tua doesn't show he has it this upcoming season? Well, if he doesn't show it with the improvements we've done, like Doug was saying, then it's just not there. Which I believe that's not the case, because Doug had a great point. If it was Tyreek Hill instead of Jakeem Grant on some of those catches, like the one for the Chargers game 2, that it fell right through the fingertips, so there's flashes there. But the flashes aren't highlighted when you don't have the necessary skilled players around you to be able to hide those flashes, right? So, you upgraded the offensive line. You've brought in the skilled position players. You've brought improvement. You've got a head coach offensively that can scheme up a better game plan for this type of quarterback. So if it doesn't work, guess what, man? What was Matthew Stafford traded for this past season?
I don't know, a bag of rocks.
A bag of rocks and a quarterback that ain't that good. Maybe?
And I think a bubblicious bubble gum. But the thing is, Gio, brother, man,
They win a
hold on,
Super
man,
Bowl,
but you know what you said? You said you blaming flashes, but the thing is, it's flashes. That's the problem. That's why they're not highlighted, because they're just flashes.
Blame
We all agree that
Jakeem
we
Grant
want
and
to
players
go out
that
this-
couldn't.
Pete just gave a super sticker, which I appreciate, bro, because I was collecting no funds this whole thing with this, despite this epic thing. So Pete just jumped in on me. I respect that, Pete.
Shout out to Pete, man.
Yeah.
But gentlemen, listen, I love you guys. I would love to be up here, especially with these legends, and talk all day. But my wife just landed, and that means
I think Doug. See, a lot of people. See, I'm saying
I gotta go.
You ain't got to pick up now, Von Joe. Make a way to the airport, man.
Not my queen. No, sir.
Okay. Okay, Vaughn.
No,
We'll take a
sir.
lesson from you, man.
All right, man. Love you guys, man.
Love you, bro. See you later, man.
Larry, before I get out of here, I just want to say, love what you're doing.
Thank
love that. I check you out all the time, especially when you come on TD's channel. TD, I said it on Twitter. Congratulations on 20K. You're going to be at 30K
I hit
before
20K.
you even know it. Yeah, man.
Congrats, bro.
You better watch out. They're going to come take it away from you.
That's what they do. I need to hit 1K, okay? 1K.
But Larry, I'm going to support you as much as I possibly can. Get your name out there. I want to have you on the channel. You do great work, and I love what you do. And TD, I love you, brother. He's
Dude,
doing
I would
that
love
with
it.
UK.
Anytime, Dougie. Anything you want me to do, tell me and I'll hop on, bro. And we're neighbors basically, so shoot.
Yeah, both of y'all in Jersey, man. Y'all need to link
Crazy.
up. Hey, Larry, go get Doug drunk, man, or the other way around.
Oh, I
I'm
will.
tripping.
Trust me, I will. Don't tempt me.
I'll see you guys later,
Like
bud.
that once in a while, you know.
All right, Doug, I hit you up, bro. Hey,
All right, man.
Larry, we got to
Later,
get
Doug.
you over
Thanks
to
for
that
coming on,
1,000 mark, though, man, because you're like 40 away, right?
Bro, yeah, I'm close. It was at 962 last I checked. Now we're at
Yeah, that doesn't
965, so
make
we did a
any
little
sense,
work.
man. It's crazy. People need to know, man. Y'all, if you're subscribed to this channel, man, go over to Larry K, Phin, Addict, Fury. Okay, make sure you subscribe. Let your friends and family members know about him. This guy
Yes,
been
sir.
putting in work, man.
Yes, sir.
I don't get it, man. Y'all need to go subscribe to this guy. Listen, I know I big up a lot of people. I talk about a lot of people channel and talk about go subscribe and stuff. It's definitely worth it. Okay, I'm serious because you get great content. Y'all love him on this show. He's one of the most viewed on this show, which is crazy. So we need to reciprocate that and make sure that we have that on his channel as well. The link is right here in front of you. All you really got to do is go to YouTube and type in Larry K and put Fury. Hit search,
It'll
you'll
come up.
see it. All right. So do that, man. Make sure we help our brother get over 1,000 subs. He's less than 40 away.
Yes. Help me get there
let's
before the
make
season.
that happen.
Man.
Matter of fact, for those who are sitting here saying, what's the link? What's the link? Let me post it real time right now. Give me a
Pat,
second.
you too. And thanks, TD, for posting. Guys, we
thank you,
see
bro.
what we do, man. When we collaborate, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's fun for the whole squad, man.
Yeah, you're about 32 away, bro.
Bro, it's getting closer. See, we're doing that work. It's getting closer. Thanks, Dylan, for the sub. I appreciate it a lot.
Let me see.
Thanks everybody who's subscribing, man.
Give me one moment. All right, here we go. I got it right here.
There it
the
is.
Link is in the comment section. No excuse. Make sure you go subscribe right now. Hit that link. This should have been way over 1,000 by now, but let's go ahead and do our part and get it over 1,000. He's at 900 and about 70. 30 more to go. Again, if you haven't subscribed, go show your love. I know we got a lot of truck drivers and different things on this channel, so I know y'all will subscribe later because you're on the road listening right now. But yes, man, go show the homie some love. Let's get him over 1,000. Let's make sure we reward him for all the content that he provides and puts in, man. And I'm telling you, everybody who does it with less than 1,000, man, they're doing it just straight pro bono, just off their grit. And I want to make sure those who are putting in that hard work get to that point as soon as possible. That was one of the main reasons for having the off-season lineup with different YouTubers. So Phin Addict Fury, man, he's right there. So let's help him get there. Make sure you go subscribe. Thank y'all. I see y'all going over. We're at 972. So literally 28 more to go. Make sure you go show him love, man. I appreciate
you, everybody
who did.
Eric, thank you. Thanks everybody for that. I really appreciate it. And I'm home here every week too. So come tune in here. I put content out over there. Go tune in over there. I'll post a little Facebook link of what I'm trying to start up there on my YouTube channel. We love you guys, man. And you guys are what makes, TD always says it, you guys are what make the community, having these panels and everybody collabing and talking and vibing. We are a family. So thank you.
Fins up, everybody. We'll see y'all soon, all right? And I'll probably I'll be live hopefully within the next 25 minutes. I'm just gonna hang out with y'all tonight. I'm gonna have some NBA on the background going, and then I'm gonna do like some Q&A. You can ask me any question. It ain't gotta be Dolphins related. Just sit back, chill with the fam, and have a conversation. So that's what we're gonna do tonight. I plan on doing that in about 25 minutes. So hopefully you come through and hang out with me. And let's just chill, man. If you ain't got nothing to do, come hang out with me. I just want to get to know some of y'all, have some back and forth conversations, and kick back, man. All right.
Definitely.
All right, Larry. Thank you so much, bro.
Thank you, my bro. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Peace, everybody. I'll
Later,
see y'all
guys.
in about 25 minutes.